We're heading further south to see how the lasses get on against Crystal Palace, who are in the WSL. Let's not remember. Slight upset if Newcastle were to get through, but that's why we're here. We're going to go doing and cheer them on. Come on, the lasses. Alright, so just over an hour again, coming up towards the M25. We'll be going around the bottom and then up into Sutton that way. But yeah, press accreditation. Palace forgot to send it out to us. I've just got an email saying they apologise, but I've got it. So yeah, it should be good fun today. Right, everyone, we have arrived. We've got the mascots waving at everybody, which is pretty cool. Tynedale bus behind us. Wonder who that belongs to, eh? We do have some Toon fans amongst us all. Good to see the Toon Army here. Yeah. Right, you can see the lasses behind us warming up. Obviously, Newcastle do have a few cup tie players. Izzy Sibley can't play against a parent club. And then Fred Gregory is obviously cup tied. And so is Charlotte. So we've got two goalkeepers on the bench. We've got a Devs player on the bench. So Newcastle a little bit light on the bench. But we're here. We're here to compete. And this is the fourth WSL side that Newcastle are facing this season. That goes to show you the lengths that this club have come the last couple of years under Becky Langley. Right, it's nippy. It's that cold. Becky's got a hat on, gloves on. Lasses are going through the paces as the timer starts ticking down. Fernie's over there helping Ava Chapman, talking to her, warming up, which is good to see. Obviously, she's doing a lot of stuff with her coach, and it's a tough ask for the lasses, but however, we believe in them. They can do this. It's just to see if Newcastle go defensive or they play the normal game against the Palace side that are, as I say, still, you know, they know the championship really well after being promoted last season in the bottom of the WSL, so their confidence isn't great either. And I welcome you to our newest feature, Celebrity Fans. Emma and Sarah, always on a flight. You'll find them at Newcastle Airport all the time. Who's this? Is this a Langley? It is. Sister of Becky has made the short trip here in Sutton. And who's this? It's Sue Cummins, head of NUFC Women. Right, let's get getting on with the video. Back to formality. This is me set up. We are currently live playing some music in the background as we're going to do a watch along to the World Wide Web. We shall see in just a moment some of the clips that I've done, especially for this vlog. Free kick, the referee just says plan. Newcastle do have the advantage. Oh, Bethlehem has been brought down there, but the referee's playing on. This is Emily Murphy's playing in Shania Hills. She has to have a shot here. Oh, the shot has been deflected. Which is Swaby. Plays at Blanchard in this 10 position, wearing number 10 as well. That ball will go on this right-hand side. Plays a short now to Stengel, who's going to go down that byline. She's gone, and it's been blocked by Cooper. Newcastle need to clear. Blanchard shoots. She's hit the post. She's hit the post. Blanchard. Ooh. You heard the crowd there. You heard them. Right, as everyone starts to make their way for some refreshments, I've slowed the video right down so I can talk a little bit. It's half time. At this stage, I'm thinking, right, we can go on and nick this. I think some other people did, but unfortunately the second half didn't quite pan out the way we wanted it. Right, Palace are going to attack here, and Newcastle's midfielders out. Blanchard's now starting to run. It's a good ball through Stengel. Oh, what a save by Claudia Moan. She's kept Newcastle in the game. Again, that was 1-on-1. Stengel was through. And Claudia Moan saves it. Newcastle are going to make this change. I think they have to, because Palace are probably the better side at the minute. Come back to Gahill. She shoots from distance. She's hit the bar. It's cannoned off the woodwork. That's twice now Palace have hit the woodwork in this game. Barker down on this left-hand side, coming towards the byline. She cuts back. She's done really well. She's played it back to Greenwood, who's going to whip this ball in. The cross comes in. Shania Hill's waits for it. It's going to fall to Jasmine Quaid. Oh, really going to go for goal. It's Lewis Joel. It's a good free kick. Not a million miles over. I'm not sure why the celebrations over on that side, unless Newcastle fans think that's in. Larkin on this right hand side. She's got time to cut it back. She has gone back and it's in. Weerden has scored for Palace. It's 1-0 Crystal Palace. Yeah, get it right. Get it right. Some 11 Viadam. Palace are 1-0 up. Stengel serves the ball, goes to Blanchard on this right flank. Barker's come down to chase her. It's back to Olling, the right back, cuts it back to Stengel now, just inside Newcastle's box. Plays it back to Blanchard, who's carried our run. That's a good save. Great save again by Claudia Mon. Newcastle asleep there, not following Blanchard. Stengel's got the better of Fernie. Stengel's in on goal. She's up 1-1 with Claudia Mon. Claudia Mon stops her game. What a performance Claudia Mon's putting in for Newcastle, yeah. 1-1 Stengel, 1-1. Claudia Mon spreads herself. It's a brilliant save. Without her, Palace are scoring 3 or 4 the day, like. Adams now going to play it out with Blanchard. She's got options on this right-hand side. This is going to be a shot. It's deflected. It's in. Game over. Abbie Larking. Game over. And that's full time. Unfortunately, Newcastle bow out of the FA Cup in the last 16. We had a lot of players missing through injuries. A lot of players cup tied. We had a player who couldn't even play against the parent club. It was a difficult selection. We had 2 goalkeepers on the bench. I'm going to talk to you now about it, get it off my chest. And basically the message I'm hammering home is keep the faith. Look, if I said to you 2 years ago that we would play 4 WSL sides in one season, every single Newcastle United fan would have bit your hand off at that. We've come a long way. Remember that. Remember that. Yes, you can talk about the quality, the final third, the defensive positions, and so on and so on. Newcastle just weren't at it, in particular second half. But we've come a long way. I think you've got to remember that. Look, this season is more about consolidating and going to try and compete. We've competed in a lot of games. And you've got to remember this is against a WSL side. Yes, the bottom of the league and low in confidence. But the levels to get into the WSL is massive. There's a lot of small margins that go in the pot to make that massive. So as I've talked about in the final third, defensive, there's loads that you can talk about and analyse the game and stuff. And Newcastle, obviously, to try and get in the WSL, we've got to try and get at Crystal Palace's level, which is Crystal Palace's level is better than us today. I thought the first half, we competed really well. I thought we were in it. I talked to a couple of fans at half time. They were like, yeah, we can get something out of this, we can nick this. But the second half was different ball game, no pun intended. The quality shone for me. Newcastle, got to thank Claudia Mon. Absolutely outstanding. By far, player of the match. Kept the score down. She was sensational today. And she's been criticised this season for mistakes with goals and what have you, but you kind of felt that today. She was absolutely unreal. Unreal. I can't give her a 10 because we conceded 2 goals, but I've got to score a 9 out of 10. And then Deanna Cooper's probably another one that you've got to look at and think, God, she's put a performance today. And yes, we conceded 2 goals, but she just looked like she was injured. Newcastle have got a ton of injuries at the minute. And yes, Palace were the better side second half. Of course they were. They deserve to go on. I can't question that. Newcastle head out of the FA Cup and they've got bigger fish to fry and obviously trying to compete. And there's no shadow of doubt about it. They've got one eye in promotion despite only just being promoted, double promoted ourselves. Because if Newcastle win that game in hand, this league's anybody's. They're all beating each other at the minute, the top 6 or 7 teams. So it's anyone from the top 6 for me to go up. But look, keep your heads held high. Yes, you can talk about individual performances and what have you, but remember, my thing to remember from today is how far we have come. How far we have come. That's where you've got to look at it. Newcastle, yes, on the day, weren't good enough, especially second half, but we can talk about that all day long. But I just want to mention, just dead briefly, the scheduling for the women's game needs looked at. It's me negative from today. Because Newcastle had that gap, and I know Reading dropping out the league is a total different thing you can talk about altogether with the women's sport. But Newcastle, team dropping out, and then the winter break, and it's in a cancellation of a fixture, basically meant that Newcastle had 6 or 7 weeks off at Christmas, and then they've only just come back and played 2 or 3 games, and now we've got another month off again. The women's professional, whatever they're called, who've just came in and taking over the FA and need to look at the schedule because it needs to be better. You cannot have games and have a month off and have games and have another month off. You cannot be doing that, man. It needs looked into. But on the flip side, Newcastle are absolutely injury ravaged. There's so many players that need to come back into the side. Licia Body, Emma Kelly, Charlotte Potts. I mean, these are all starting games for me. So there's loads that we can talk about. Players that were cup tied today. Freya Gregory couldn't play. Charlotte Wardlow couldn't play today. Izzy Sibley, this is our parent club. She's here. She couldn't play today. We had 2 goalkeepers on the bench out of only named 5. One of them was a academy player in Ava Chapman. Mental, man. Or 6. No, did we have 6? I think we had 6. Tell a lie. But 2 of them were goalkeepers. Ava Chapman. Crackers, man. Crackers, man. Right, I've got a long drive home. The least you could do for us, however, drop us a like for the graft. Because I've got a long drive home. But all I have to say is see you later, everyone. We'll be back in a month's time when the scheduling comes back around. But that's absolutely mental. But just remember how far we've come.
6 hours later.
Right, everyone, we are home. Oh, what a long day, man. What a long day. Kills you, this, you know. Travelling the men and the women up and down the country. But hope everyone liked it. The video. I'm knackered. I am knackered. Right. Smash the like, everyone. See you soon. Bye-bye.